All right, let's take a look at the first 6. We're just writing powers of 10. I'm going to pull sticks, and I just want you to tell me the answer. Jaden, 10 to the what power for A? You're close. How many zeros? 10 to the 4th power. That's okay. Fully, I keep getting the wrong jar. Brian, what's B? 10 to the 3rd power. Everyone say it.
10 to the 3rd power.
Can you say 10 to the power of 3? You can, but it takes longer. Mia, do C, please.
1,000.
How many zeros do you see? 2. So 10 to the...
2.
That was kind of a trick. 10 to the what power?
2. Because it's the 2nd power.
The 2nd power. 10 to the 2nd power because I counted 2 zeros. Now, that was kind of a trick. Are there more tricks on the page?
Yes.
Yes, so be careful with those. Okay, D. Rustin. What do you think D is? 10 to the what power? 4th power. You guys agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. E. Caden?
10 to the 6th power.
You're right. 10 to the 6th power. Katie? What about the next one?
10 to the 6th.
You're right. You know, I thought that was going to be 10 to the 5th. Anybody else think that?
Yeah.
So then I counted my zeros and I went, oh, well. Okay, write the following in standard form. Now, Mrs. Lewis has a strategy for this that you'll have to follow along with. Cooper, put your eraser in your trapper, please. So we're going to rewrite the problem without the exponent. So 10 to the 3rd power is what number? Which one has 3 zeros? Gonna have to be faster.
1,000.
1,000. So 9 times 1,000 equals what?
9,000.
Write it down. Oh, by the way, which trick am I using here?
The zeros.
The zeros trick. So 39 times what?
10.
10 to the 4th is 10,000. You guys are getting faster. Good. Now, the one class said, oh, this is 39,000. And I said, oh, are you sure? Double check that. Okay, Robert, what do you think it is?
32.
How many zeros will I add to the 39? 4. How do you say that number? 390,000. So this is kind of a trick. Don't fall for those tricks, okay? All right, now I notice we're dividing. So 7,000, I'm not going to put the comma in. 200 divided by what?
100.
100, you're getting faster, 10 to the 2nd, okay? So what trick will I use here? The zeros trick, okay? When I divide, what do?
You take away zeros.
You cross off zeros. My answer is what?
72.
Okay, I like these zeros. 7,200,000 divided by what?
3. I mean, 10,000. 1,000.
1,000. Which number has 3 zeros?
1,000.
1,000. Okay, so how many zeros do I get to cross off this time?
3.
3. So my answer is...
7,200.
Okay, so that's enough of the easy zero trick. Over here it looks to me like we don't have whole numbers. So what trick will I use? The decimal trick. All right. Rewrite the number Who can say that number? 4.025. Who wants to try and say it? Rustin?
4 and 25,000.
4 and 25 thousandths. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, multiplied by what? 10 to the third is what number? 1,000. You're going to have to memorize that. So what do I do with my decimal? Boys and girls, what do I do with my decimal?
You move it
3 times right.
3 times to the right. So where does the decimal end up?
The end.
After the 5. Good, after the 5. Now you're not just waiting till I write it down and then you write it down, are you?
No.
Right along with me, please. Okay, 40 and 25 hundredths times 10 to the 4th power. What?
10,000.
10,000. You're getting good at this. Now, I'm going to write 40 and 25 thousandths under here. The reason I'm going to do that is because I know I have to hop it 4 times, and I don't have room for that. I'm going to run into my multiplication sign. So I'm rewriting it. Hop it 4 times. How many zeros do I have
2.
to fill in with? Okay, write that number down, and then let's figure out how to say it. You go pull the stick. Fernando A. How do you say that number?
420,500.
You're close. 402,500. Good. He said, did you say 20?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 2. All right, take a look at the next one. 72 and a half. Remember that from yesterday? 72 and a half. Divided by 10 to the second.
100.
100. Well, this table 6 over here is getting pretty quick. Okay, how many place values will I move the decimal?
Twice.
Twice. So where does it end up? Where does the decimal end up?
In front of the 7.
In front of the 7. How do you say that number? Pulling a stick. Ella.
725,000.
Very good. Okay, the next one. 7 and 2/10 divided by 100. Now, are you rewriting all these like I'm asking you to?
Yes.
I had a feeling you were doing it correctly. Thank you. So how many place values will I move?
2.
Do I have to fill in with anything?
0.
Okay, so to say this number, bless you, sorry about all these colds, is Jared. How do I say that number? 72 thousandths, because it's the third number. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and push pause for a minute. Can it pause? Oh, I guess that light turns blue when I'm recording. I hope.
Isn't there enough time? Has it been 20 minutes?
So let's talk about number 5. What are we doing on this? Any ideas?
Oh, I got it.
You got it? What are we going to do?
We are going to divide.
Okay, she says we're going to divide. Are the numbers getting larger or smaller? Let's look at that first.
Smaller.
You sure?
Yeah, they're getting smaller.
Are you sure?
Larger. No, they're getting larger.
Well, I really feel like 30 is larger than 3/10. So was this a trick?
No.
Yes, the numbers are getting larger. Okay, Rustin, sit down. We're almost done here. So my rule is multiply by, then I have to figure out how far my decimal moved. Everyone look at these 2 numbers right here. How far did my decimal move?
1.
1. So multiply by
10.
10. Now I want you to try and fill these in. So each time you will multiply by 10, multiply by 10, multiply by 10. did you do to solve this? Did you hop your decimal? One place value? What did you end up with? 3.0, which do we really need that?
No.
No. So what's the number?
3.
3. Okay? 30 times 10. Do I have to hop a decimal?
300.
No, I just get that zeros. What about 300 times?
3,000.
Oh, I like this problem. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. 6,500,000,
Now
then 65,000, then blank, blank, blank.
it's getting smaller.
It's getting smaller. So what's my rule? Divide by, and we have to figure out how many times the decimal is moving or how many zeros are crossed off. So I would look at these two numbers right here. Here we have 5 zeros, here we have 3 zeros. How many were crossed off?
6,000.
Okay, 2 zeros, you're saying divide by 100. Okay, figure out what those other lines, what the answer. Okay, let's pull stick. Yanelli, what do you think I need to write on the next line? If I cross off 2 zeros, what do I end up with? What's that number? Right here, Yanelli. 650. I think she was trying to do this last one, don't you? Okay, so now divide 6.5 by 100, or 6 5/10. Jesus, what did you get? How many did you move your zero? I mean your decimal?
65.
Is that the third digit? Thousands. 65,000. So let's look at C. Now, if you do C, you will have gotten farther than any class today. And that's really impressive because you started out behind all the others. Okay? So what two numbers will I need to look at to decide what's going on here? First of all, are they getting larger or smaller?
Larger.
Okay, 9,000 to 94. Is that larger or smaller? Divide by. Now, how many place values? Watch this. How many place values did I move
2.
from here to in between the 9 and the 4? 1. So divide by.
10.
Did I forget to write 100 up here? Goodness. Okay. So, wait a minute. I can't divide to figure out what's larger than 9,000.
It's
What?
multiply.
I have to multiply here, but then I can divide on the rest of them. Or, is Cooper right? Could I just keep multiplying?
Yeah.
But I still have to divide to figure out the first line. So, I want to multiply first, don't you?
Yeah.
So, how many zeros will I add?
1.
1. Some say 1, some say 2. What is it?
1.
1. Sure?
Yeah.
You're positive. So what's the first number?
94,300.
94,300. Now I will divide by 10. How many zeros do I cross off?
1.
943. Now I divide by 10. But I can't cross off zeros. What do I have to do? Move the decimal. How many? 1. Which way? To the left. How do you say that number? Corbin.
900. No.
Yep.
943,000.
943,000.
And we beat them with 1